Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to shuffle!
And a good morning to ya. Time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Brought to us, as always, by Stam Garden Center and Nursery, where you can experience the color right along Highway 92, just east of Oskaloosa. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. Closed on Sundays. Great place to get some Mother's Day stuff. If you haven't bought something for Mom yet, you can do that at Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Again, experience the color with Stam. Hey, we do thank Oski Dental for sponsoring the Oski Dental Studios. You can schedule your appointment with Dr. Schuster or Dr. Drawn. Give them a call at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file all your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa, the Oski Dental Studios. Let's take a look at our forecast right now, as it's brought to us, as always, by the Garden Gate in Sigourney at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Give Cindy a call at 641-622-3191. Again, another great place to shop for Mother's Day. Today, there is a chance of some showers and maybe a thunderstorm. Let's see here. Rain chance at 70% for today and a high of 62 degrees. North winds could gust up to 20 miles per hour and between a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain possible. It could be higher if we see some storm activity. For tonight, a 30% chance of some showers and storms and gradually becoming partly cloudy overnight, a low of 48. Tomorrow should be beautiful, mostly sunny and 70. Slight chance of some showers on Friday night, a low of 48. Saturday, another beauty, a high of 72 with sunshine. Currently, we have humidity at 90%. The winds are north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The barometer at 29.71 and 55 degrees right now in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Well, at 6 a.m. each weekday morning here on Steve Shetler Media on Facebook, you get the this or that. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty. Our this or that for today is spaghetti or mac and cheese. What do you think? Are you going with this or that? You can scroll back to 6 a.m. on my timeline and comment which one you would like. It's just for the fun of it, you know. We do a lot of things just for the fun of it here on Steve Shetler Media. If I had to pick, boy, I like good spaghetti. I like good macaroni and cheese. So I mean, I'm kind of an either or on this one. I can't say that I would prefer one or the other over the other, but yeah, God, if I had to guess or if I had to pick, I'd go with spaghetti. So There you go. This or that, brought to us by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty. Coming up at noon, we'll put up our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. Kind of an interesting question today. I guess it just depends on maybe how you were raised, I'm guessing it's going to mostly go one way. But does the jelly go on top or the bottom of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I mean, I'm thinking most people will say the peanut butter goes first, and then you put the jelly on top of it. But maybe there's some people that do it the other way. We'll find out starting at noon today. That'll go up as our question of the day, brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Let's take a look at our For the Fun of It tournament. And, of course, this month we're doing 90s Country Group Duo Superstar, sponsored by Sarah's Quickie Delivery, great food delivery service in the Oskaloosa area. And so far, Brooks and Dunn, the Dixie Chicks, and Alabama have moved into the next round. Our current matchup down there in the bottom right corner is Boy Howdy versus the Judds. And right now, the Judds have a pretty comfortable lead. Voting started at 6 p.m. last evening and goes through 6 p.m. this evening. So the mother-daughter duo of Naomi and Winona, the Judds, right now leading Boy Howdy, who their frontman, Jeffrey Steele, has written and continues to write a ton of hits for Nashville songmakers. Jeffrey Steele was the head man for Boy Howdy. They had a handful of songs back in the day in the 90s. So Boy Howdy, so far not providing much of a challenge to the Judds. So it's looking like the Judds will move on. Coming up tonight, our next matchup in the tournament will be Sawyer Brown versus Blackhawk. I'm thinking that's going to be a competitive matchup. But I'm also going to say this. Could Sawyer Brown possibly be a dark horse in this tournament? Sawyer Brown still going strong today, and they have a strong fan base. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I like both Sawyer Brown and Blackhawk, so that's our next matchup coming up at 6 p.m. this evening. What else we got going on this morning? Coming up later on this week, of course, tomorrow we'll be going to Barnwired in Sigourney on the square in Sigourney for our Iowa Music Showcase. Sam Roberts, guy with the cowboy hat on there in the picture. Sam Roberts going to be coming to Sigourney tomorrow from 11:30 to noon. Again, beautiful day, so the weather shouldn't keep you at home. Should be a great day to get out and enjoy some live original music and an interview with Sam Roberts. We'll get to know him together tomorrow at Barnwired. Catch it in person at Barnwired or online here on Steve Shetler Media. On Saturday, we'll head to the Brothers Market in Sigourney at 118 South Main for the sports section. Jenny Hobbs is our host, and we'll be talking sports. We'll have some guests, a guest or two lined up for Saturday morning at 8 a.m. at Brothers Market. And then, of course, on Tuesday nights, we have Tuesday Night Tune-Up TNT with our live local racing show, streaming live from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa, hosted by Safe Grafke, and usually Curtis Vanderwall, part of the show as well, along with a weekly guest, one of the racers always coming in for an interview. So tune in Tuesdays for TNT. Again, we are doing the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's get to our good mornings. Bubby was waiting this morning. He was waiting to jump online and say good morning. So Bubby, you win the number one good morning of the day. Let's see here. We've also got Amber. We've got Dan, Nancy, Dodie, Sandy, Cindy, Dixie, Sherry, Tamara, and Sherry. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for hanging out this morning. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. We'll put the birthdays up on the screen for you. How about that? Happy birthday. In some birthdays, celebrity and hometown birthdays, brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers You can call Nikki at 641-295-4142. Go to hometown-re.com. Hometown Real Estate in Sigourney, bringing us our celebrity and hometown birthdays. For today, we'll start with the hometown birthdays. We've got Myron Hahn, Ashley Warren. I actually had Ashley on yesterday, which was a mistake. I think it was a day early. So happy birthday to you, Ashley, today. Sarah and John Cobb, my buddy John Cobb, my dad's buddy John Cobb. So Myron, Ashley, Sarah, John, happy birthday to you folks. Celebrity birthdays for today. We've got singer Tommy Rowe turning 83. Actress Candice Bergen turning 77 years old. Billy Joel, the singer, is 74. Actress Allie Mills is 72. Actor John Corbett is 62. The rapper Ghostface Killah. Love me some Ghostface Killah. He is 53. I actually couldn't tell you any songs that old Ghostface does. And then Rosario Dawson, actress, 44. I think she does some Star Wars stuff. So happy birthday, all those folks. Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate in Sigourney. We thank Nikki Leathers. Hey, we are doing the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. And thank you guys for tuning in. What do we got coming up next? You know, we haven't done any community calendar events. And yesterday I saw that they put up the schedule for the Sigourney 4th of July. So that is up and out there. Make sure you check that out. Of course, a full slate of events. Wednesday, July 3rd through Saturday, July 6th, which my birthday is July 6th, so we're going to have fun on that Saturday. Also on the 4th of July celebration, the Lions Club Cutie Kitty Contest. That'll be Wednesday, July 3rd at the Town Square Park. And then the Sigourney Fireworks Bags Tournament is Saturday, July 6th. Usually I grab my bags buddy, Michael Dietrich. And Michael and I usually waste our $40 entry fee to toss some bags because we don't win. We're not good enough to win, but we like to hang out and toss some bags. So that should be a fun time. Some events coming up in Sigourney for the 4th of July. All right, let's do some stuff on this date in history. And today is Thursday, May 9th. On this date in history, 1754, the first American newspaper cartoon is published in Benjamin Franklin's Pennsylvania Gazette. I'm not sure, they don't say what the cartoon was, but the first cartoon in a newspaper, 1754. It was on this date in history in 1899, the lawnmower was patented. So, lawnmower, 1899. It was on this date, 1947, the first variety TV show, NBC's Hourglass, made its premiere. Again, that was 1947 for the first TV variety show. And then on this date in 1960, the FDA approved the sale of birth control pills. 1960 for that. Today, on the National Day calendar, today is National Homefront Heroes Day. It's also National Alphabet Magnet Day. I guess it's maybe the letters that are magnets that you have stuck on your fridge for little kids. It's National Sleepover Day. It's National Butterscotch Brownie Day, National Muscata Day, and National I like this one, National Lost Sock Memorial Day. So in memory of R.I.P. all of those lost socks that just disappear out of the blue. Let's hear from our sponsor, our headline sponsor, Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
The Tassel Ridge Sweethearts Rosé is a sweet, fruity pink wine that comes in a 500 milliliter heart-shaped bottle. It's the perfect Mother's Day gift. It's available only at Tassel Ridge Winery. Tassel Ridge also offers 9 different rosé wines that range from dry to semi-sweet and on to fully sweet wines. All are very fruity and can be chilled and sipped or served with spicy dishes like Asian stir-fries, Mexican, and Moroccan couscous. When asked for my favorite, I usually think of Iowa Steuben. Iowa Steuben is a very fruity, semi-sweet rosé that is very popular. It's also versatile since it can be chilled and sipped, or it can be used to complement many foods.
Muse Music Store and Mahaska County Conservation Board presents Eveland Access Summerfest Music by the River 2024, June 1st from noon to 10 p.m., featuring 8 musical artists with live music, activities like bingo, sand volleyball, and cornhole, food, and much, much more. It's a free event at the Eveland Access Campgrounds at 2890 Galveston Avenue, Oskaloosa. Bring a friend and have a lot of fun at the Eveland Access Summerfest 2024 Music by the River, June 1st from noon to 10 at the Eveland Access Campgrounds. Hey, we are back on the Morning Wake Up. You know, this morning I was thinking we hadn't had a Stella appearance on the Morning Wake Up in quite a while, so here you go. Here's my dog, Stella. I love my Stella. All right, hit the road, Stella. Open the door for Stella so she can get back out in the hallway if she wants. Okay. Doing the Morning Wake Up. Yes, that is our Stella break here on the Morning Wake Up. Time for things you need to know. Things you need to know yesterday. TikTok sued to block a U.S. law that could force a nationwide ban of the popular app. So TikTok suing the U.S. We'll see if that happens. Actor Jaleel White. Boy, if I could put my glasses down on my nose and pull my pants up right now. Jaleel White, who was Steve Urkel back in the day in Family Matters, has married tech executive Nicoletta Rule in an L.A. country club wedding. So congratulations to Urkel. Hi, I'm Urkel. Prince Harry in the UK this week for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. But after some intense negotiations, he is not going to be seeing his father, King Charles. How would you like to have intense negotiations just to meet with your father? I mean, come on. Just text him or call him. Say, hey, Dad, want to get together for a few minutes? The explanation from the palace is that the king's schedule is just too full to see his own son. Wow. Insiders say that Harry had several demands that didn't go over well, and he had to get a hotel room instead of staying at one of the royal residences. So Prince Harry not getting along well with his dad or evidently anybody in the royal family. Let's go to some other things you need to know. 50 Cent. Yo, 50 Cent has filed a defamation lawsuit against his ex, Daphne Joy, after she has accused the rapper of raping and physically abusing her. So, 50 Cent in the news. Taylor Swift, the old T-Swizzle. Taylor kicking off the European leg of her Eras tour tonight in Paris, and 20% of the tickets sold have actually been to Americans. Again, she's touring in Paris in Europe, but a large percentage of the tickets have actually been bought up by Americans who discovered that they could fly to France and catch a show cheaper than what they could see Taylor in the United States. How about that? I mean, you'd still have to be wasting a whole lot of money to do that, but that's crazy how much price difference there is in Taylor Swift tickets. Also, while we're talking about Europe, the 68th annual Eurovision Song Contest is off and running again this week in Sweden. Swedish meatballs. Didn't Will Ferrell have a Netflix movie, Eurovision, here not too long ago? I never saw it, but I always wanted to. Chips Ahoy, the cookie maker, Chips Ahoy, says that it took over 3,000 hours and 40 different recipes, but they have finally perfected a Chips Ahoy gluten-free chocolate chip cookie that tastes just like the original. So if you like things gluten-free, Chips Ahoy coming to you. Oakland A's, boy, let's talk about the pathetic Oakland A's attendance, as the A's are averaging 6,410 fans per game in what is expected to be their final season in Oakland. It would be the lowest home attendance figure for an MLB team in 45 years. So, I mean, there are, like, lacrosse teams, for example, that are drawing bigger numbers than the Oakland A's. So just kind of pathetic that the A's are going out this way out of Oakland. Let's see here, other things you need to know. When 90-year-old Frankie Valli received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame last Friday for his work with the Four Seasons, he was joined by his twin sons as well as his wife Jackie. However, missing from the family gathering was Frankie's oldest son, Francesco, who earlier in the week had a temporary restraining order filed against him by his brother. That goes for the next 3 years. So Francesco could not be there for Frankie Valli. If you like Starbucks, Starbucks has 3 new refreshers for the summer, and they're called Summer Berry with Lemonade, and Summer Skies, each with a raspberry pearl at the bottom, whatever that means. So if you're a Starbucks person. Tom Selleck, I think we were just talking about Tom Selleck yesterday. Tom Selleck still insists, he's got his book coming out. That's what we were talking about yesterday, his memoir. Tom Selleck and his mustache still insists that he has never sent a text message or an email in his life. I find that hard to believe, but evidently it's true. And Hillary Duff, congratulations to Hillary, as she gave birth child last Friday, a healthy baby girl named Towns. Hillary Duff, a mom again. And then Robert Downey Jr., finally, in things you need to know, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, heading to Broadway, as he'll be starring in a play called McNeil, which starts in September. He's also producing it, so Robert Downey Jr. on Broadway. Let's do this. Today's Impossible question. Impossible. Good morning to you, Anthony. Thank you for tuning in. In something impossible, we'll see how impossible this is. 40% of people would hesitate to buy a house with this on it. What do you think? I should ask my realtor friends. I got a few realtors advertising with me. We should see what they would say. 40% of people would hesitate to buy a house with this on it. And what we're talking about, the answer is the number 13 in the address. 40% of people would hesitate to buy a house with the number 13 involved. Let's go to the weird.
That is weird.
In some weird, Google appears to be rolling out audio emojis. You know what emojis are, like the little smiley face or the thumbs up or, whatever. They're rolling out audio emojis to its phone users. Some Google Pixel phone owners are noticing an option to send a reaction while on a call. They say the audio emoji option swipes up to reveal 6 familiar emojis: laughing, clapping, celebrating, a drum, crying, and the poop emoji. Now, when a user taps the emojis, they play a corresponding sound down the phone. Some of the matching sounds are quite obvious. Clapping sounds like clapping. Laughing is laughing. The drum makes a ba-dum-tsh sound. And somewhat inevitably, the poop emoji makes a fart noise. Fun. The update, which appears to be just being tested as it isn't rolled out to all users quite yet, has been met with mixed reactions. So audio emojis could be a thing. In other weird, an SUV-sized Radio Flyer red wagon with a top speed of 60 miles per hour and about 57,000 miles on it on the odometer is up for auction. The lady's name is Judy Foster, said she decided to sell the unique vehicle after the death of her husband, who used the chassis of a 1976 Mazda pickup to create the Radio Flyer car about 14 years ago. So, again, this is an SUV-sized Radio Flyer red wagon. Goes up to 60 miles per hour. And some other weird, and we're going to post this as our weird news story of the day on Facebook later on this afternoon. Independent U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has revealed that a worm ate part of his brain. Say what? It has emerged that the 70-year-old made the claim during a 2012 interview known as a deposition in his divorce proceedings from his second wife, Mary. At the time, he said his earning power had been diminished by cognitive issues. He said he had been having memory loss and mental fogginess in 2010, and he contacted neurologists who spotted a dark spot on his brain scans. They said he had a tumor, but another doctor reached a different conclusion, believing he had a dead parasite in his brain. So, I don't know, do we want to go from Joe Biden's fogginess to Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s brain parasite? I don't know if that's a good option. Also in the weird today, firefighters in Florida were called to a Starbucks cafe to eject an unruly customer at the drive-thru. It was an alligator. We talk about alligators a lot here on the Morning Wake Up. Northport Fire Rescue said on social media that it was, quote, just another day on the job when crews were called to a local Starbucks. The Post said firefighters had quite the surprise when they discovered the cause of the commotion was a coffee-craving crocodilian at the drive-thru. So they had to get rid of the alligator at the Starbucks. Ooh, let's go to this. This is interesting and weird. A cruise ship sailed into New York City, a port in New York City, with a 44-foot dead whale across its bow. According to marine authorities, the whale, identified as an endangered, I'm not sure how you say it, S-E-I. Is it Sai, or is it Say, or C? An endangered whale caught on the ship's bow when it arrived at the port of Brooklyn on Saturday. A spokesperson for the cruise line said the whale was on the boat, which docked at Brooklyn before sailing to ports in New England and Canada. They say, quote, we immediately notified the relevant authorities who are now conducting an examination of the whale. So a dead whale across the front of a cruise ship in New York City. I don't actually have all my stuff, my normal segments today, so we're going to be running a little bit short today. But let's go to something that will make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
And our something to make you smile, always brought to us by our good friend Dr. Stacy Fries at Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney. And I'm there. Oh, hey, hello. There she is. Let's bring her up. Dr. Stacy Fries at Lifetime Dental Solutions, accepting new patients in Sigourney, 641-622-2669. Something to make you smile today. Where'd it go? A British man. A British man who ran 1,000 marathons over the course of 43 years earned a Guinness World Record for his aggregate time, 3,363 hours, 4 minutes, and 2 seconds of running. His name is Steve Edwards, 61 years old, finished his 1,000th marathon on Sunday in England and was presented with a Guinness World Record certificate for the fastest time to run 1,000 marathons. I've run a handful of half marathons, But 1,000 full marathons in his lifetime, that is crazy. That is something to make you smile. Brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze. Let's take one last look at our forecast for today. It's sponsored by the Garden Gate. Chance of some showers, maybe a thunderstorm today. Cloudy and a high of 62. Of course, our morning wake up brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Experience the color right along Highway 92, just east of Oskaloosa. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. And, of course, we broadcast from the Oski Dental Studios. Give them a call, 641-673-4845. Coming up a little bit later on today, let me look over at the schedule for this Thursday. We've got In Remembrance Of. We've got the Sigourney Public Library video with Miss Amanda coming up at 10 a.m. We'll have the Great Outdoors with Laura DeCook at 4. Successful Farming every day at 5:30. We'll get to our Heartland Humane Society Weekly Pet later on this evening. And we'll have Morgan You Asked For, the Sports and More show here on Steve Shetler Media. All right, that does it for me today. We'll tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. and do this again for the morning wake up brought to us by Stam Garden Center.